World War III to begin soon. India's new Nostradamus makes shocking prediction. Today, we're tackling a topic that might seem straight out of a dystopian movie. The real possibility of World War III breaking out and nuclear weapons being used around the world. But instead of just guessing, we're combining the insights of renowned Vedic astrologer Kushal Kumar with practical survival tips on what to do if the worst were to happen. Kushal Kumar is a world-renowned Vedic astrologer whose work has been featured in leading magazines like the Mountain Astrologer and Horoscope. Known for his in-depth predictions on global affairs and geopolitical conflicts, Kumar has provided unique insights into the forces shaping our world. His 2018 forecast for the United States, for instance, accurately anticipated several major events, gaining widespread recognition. So, could Kumar's astrological method suggest the possibility of a conflict as catastrophic as World War III? Let's start with understanding his approach. Kushal Kumar, who has spent years studying Vedic astrology, looks at the movements of planets like Mars, the planet of war, and Saturn, associated with hardship and suffering. When these planets align in certain ways, they can signal periods of intense conflict or global tension. Now, while there isn't a specific prediction from Kumar about World War III, his method suggests that there are periods when tensions could escalate dramatically. For example, astrologers like Kumar may point to certain planetary transits or conjunctions that indicate a higher likelihood of conflict among global powers. Kumar earlier said that 2024 would be particularly problematic regarding global conflicts, specifically around May 8th. He said tensions would rise between North and South Korea, China and Taiwan, the Middle East and Ukraine and Russia. In May, World War III could be triggered on Tuesday, June 18th, 2024, due to strong planetary influences, though he also mentioned that June 10th and 29th could play a role. Kumar also suggested that political upheavals could occur, with some leaders potentially becoming seriously unwell or resigning. He hinted at the possibility of military intervention in vulnerable regions due to the current planetary movements. Even though his predictions on specific dates in June have not come true. Let's be real. If World War III were to break out, the possibility of nuclear weapons being used can't be ignored. So, while we can't say for sure what the future holds, it's important to know how to protect yourself in the worst-case scenario. Here are some crucial survival tips in case of a nuclear explosion. Get indoors immediately. If you are warned of a nuclear detonation, immediately go inside the nearest building and stay away from windows. Buildings made of brick, stone, or concrete are the best protection, but any building is better than being outside. If you're already inside, stay there, and stay away from windows. If you're indoors, move to the center of the building away from windows to avoid glass shatter and radiation exposure. Take shelter in the basement or a central room. If you have access to a basement or a room without windows, that's the safest place to be. Staying inside for at least 24 hours, I would suggest you fill the bath with water. Filling up bathtubs and sinks before the explosion is also recommended, but be sure to cover these with plastic sheets and wood to protect the water source. As a final note on bath water, be sure to only drink this when other supplies have dried up. Bath and sink water may be used earlier for the treatment of injuries. If you think you may have been exposed to fallout, outer layers of contaminated clothing and footwear should be removed, and any exposed skin and hair wiped off or washed. Any potentially contaminated pets should be brushed in a room away from where people are sheltered and washed if possible. Food, drink, and medicine already in stores or in your house or shelter are safe to consume. Tune into any available media, such AM/FM stations using a battery-powered radio, for updated instructions. Stay inside unless instructed otherwise. The danger from fallout will decrease rapidly. Remain in the most protective location, basement or center of a large building, for the first 12 to 24 hours unless threatened by an immediate hazard such as fire, gas leak, building collapse, or serious injury, or informed by authorities that it is safe to leave. Self-evacuation is strongly discouraged until hazardous fallout areas have been identified and safe evacuation routes established. In many areas, essential workers can be released from shelter for short periods to perform critical support and life-saving activities. Understand the hazards of a nuclear blast, be prepared for a nuclear alert, and act wisely. Below are some of the hazards produced by a nuclear detonation. A bright flash of light enough to cause temporary flash blindness 10 kilometers or more away would be an indication of a nuclear explosion. Thermal pulse. Immediately after a blast, a fireball of extremely hot gases produces thermal pulses which may last for several seconds and cause skin burns, eye injuries, and the ignition of combustible materials, such as vegetation and wooden structures, can occur several kilometers from the detonation site. Blast wave. A fireball capable of destroying a few city blocks and a blast wave damaging buildings several kilometers away. Even at a few kilometers, flying fragments of broken windows and debris are very dangerous. Initial radiation from the fireball. Initial radiation from the fireball may cause injury or death to those outdoors within a few km of the detonation. Residual radiation from fallout. If the detonation occurs near the ground, radioactive material produced by the explosion mixes with dirt and debris. The fireball pulls this material up several kilometers into the atmosphere before falling back toward the ground. It can take 10 minutes or more for fallout to reach the earth and contaminate the ground. This fallout is most dangerous within tens of kilometers of the detonation and during the first few hours. An additional damaging factor is an electromagnetic pulse, which produces voltage surges in power grids, telecommunication networks, and various electronic equipment. The supply of electricity, tap water, and food can be heavily affected for weeks. Mobile networks, the internet, local TV, and FM radio can also be affected. Remote AM stations will be operational. While these tips can help improve your chances of survival, the reality is that we should all hope such a conflict never happens. But given the current global tensions and the potential for escalation, it's worth being prepared, just in case. I've added some links in the description where you can obtain some useful information. Astrologers like Kushal Kumar might suggest that certain planetary alignments could indicate times of heightened tension, but remember, astrology provides a perspective on possibilities, not certainties. However, it never hurts to be aware and prepared. So, what do you think? Could astrology help us understand and prepare for such an event? Or are these just coincidental alignments? Or do you think there will be a nuclear war? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. See you next time, and may God bless you.